We're on air. I just clicked a button. All I did was click a button, and I think I screwed up. Hold on, we can stop this broadcast right now, I think, if you want me to, or we can keep going.
Oh yeah, it does say it live. Hi.
I was following Katniss Hinkle's advice, and I thought, but it said we're live. Can we go off air real quick? No. Live on NBC. I'm hoping people can just jump in here. I mean, it's a hangout.
I hope so too. I'd love to be able to add them.
This isn't the Late Show or anything. So let me get my head in front of that light.
Those of you who are in chat, can you go ahead and try to pop a message so we can at least see if you're in chat with us? Not seeing.
Besides Michael, because we already know you're in there.
Yeah. Okay. I think people are still chatting in the event page rather than...
They've already set up shop over there. That's like their domain now.
Yeah, right?
They've got their own thing going.
Oh, Michael says that there's like 40 of them.
Wait, really? What?
The watching is 42.
Well, someone did share the link on Twitter. So there could be a lot of other people here. I don't know.
Very true. There could be a lot of
watch us talk.
A lot of literary professionals seeing us being very technically
savvy right here.
Oh, okay.
I would just like the record to show that this was Grigsby's show. So
yeah.
It's all me. It's all me. Stand by. I kind of wanted it to be public, though.
Yeah, they're saying they can see us. Hi.
Hey, everybody. If you can join. I sent everybody who's in my circles an invite. If it's shutting you out now, maybe I can stop the broadcast and we can.
Yeah, check your notifications and try, and then let us know. I'll be following the Facebook.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Good. Delegation. Other Sean, you handle Facebook. I'll pick something. Okay. Well, I don't want to do it on Blab because I've already got it on Google Hangouts. Katniss suggested that we try. Let's screw Google. Let's go somewhere else. That can work in a bar. I don't know. I've already kind of told everybody it's on Google. Lord, I wonder what would happen if I just stopped the broadcast right now and restart it. Do you think they'd be like, oh, no, one shot. That's all you get.
Well, they have a chance to respond since they should have seen you just say that.
May, try backing out and looking in your notifications to see if you have an invite from Sean Grigsby. Because if you do have an invite, you should be able to join the video, the actual video. And if you can't, let us know.
So they can hear us and everything. What? Was that somebody?
Yeah, I heard something's different. Or maybe wishful thinking?
Maybe we both hear the voices in our heads.
It's a shared Pitch Wars voice. We're all going crazy together.
So, Ann Lipton is saying that she can connect, but it's saying that we're not on the air. So it may be because we went live. Oh, wait, maybe. She says she got it now.
Wait.
Ann, join.
Join it. Yeah, May. I'll just call you Easley. I don't like saying the other Sean, but when I'm referring to you, I'll say Sean. But when I'm okay, yeah, May. Dallas Sean sent you the invite because I couldn't find you for some stupid reason on my circles, even though I just added you.
So did you send May a new invite?
I did not. She's saying the only one that she got was from you.
Oh,
we got somebody.
Somebody else showed up.
Delia? Is it Delia? Did I say it right? Can you hear us? Can you hear me? I see her face. I don't hear hers.
She may just be in chat.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we got one more. So the rest of you who are watching us, go check your notifications and look for your invite.
Yeah, we'll hold down the fort. I'm going to start drinking. I tell you what, while we're waiting for other people, just so you know, to keep things going, start from scratch. Okay, hey, welcome everybody to the 2015 Pitch Wars Mentee Google Hangout. I am your humble and technically disabled host, Sean Grigsby. My entry is number 434, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. And tonight I am drinking Tullamore Dew, not your father's root beer. I don't feel like grabbing the whole box. And drinking out of my handy-dandy pirate cup.
Oh, nice.
And straight from Dallas. Next.
I'm still trying to figure out how to add people. This is Sean, aka E.S. Wesley. I am a young adult author. My entry is number 213, The Outs, and I am drinking, trying to figure this out.
Oh, you're not drinking? I need some. Lynn, tell us about you and your entry.
All right, I'm Lynn Forrest. I have entry 428, The Measure of a Monster. It's an adult urban fantasy, and I'm drinking Crown Royal Black. In limited quantities.
That's just as nice as I remember. All right. And still nobody's joined. Okay. So, Sean, have you gotten any success over there?
The only thing I can think of is for people to be going through your invite. That's the only thing I know to tell people.
That's the only thing that seemed to work.
Yeah, I got an invite through my Gmail account and clicked that to join.
Yep.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Let me try adding Ann Lipton.
I hope that once this is all said and done, we're able to edit out the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would go against the whole live thing, but I hope you're right. Lord,
Do you have any video editors in the bunch?
I can barely edit a manuscript.
Oh, I'm sure you can edit a manuscript.
May ask for you to send another invite. Did you hear me, Grigsby?
I heard you. She asked me to send an invite?
Yes, she did.
All right, let's try again. Because May, I put you in your own circle, and for some stupid reason, it's not having you pop up. Is it May?
Kyle Care also says that he got no invite.
May Brooks, is that right?
Yeah, talking in the sidebar is totally fine if you don't have the mic or can't talk for any reason.
I tell you what, Sean,
Yes.
can you give me people's email addresses if they're willing to tell you, and then as you read them to me, I'll type them in my invites here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll ask. Do you want me to ask in Facebook?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. And while we're doing that, so we don't have any dead air, Len, tell us a little bit more about your manuscript, as much as you want to talk about.
Oh boy, I could talk
The
about it.
stage is yours.
That's not terrifying at all. Man, I give lectures. I talk about my research, but when I talk about my books, a whole new game. So I wrote a book about a half monster, half human woman who hates being a monster, and the detective who thinks the only good monster is a dead one. And so they have a pretty complicated relationship as she hides who she is, and he's hunting monsters, and interesting things happen. It's actually my first completed manuscript. I mean, I finished it about 3 years ago, but I think it's kind of weird that I managed to get into pitch wars with that one. I've written other books since then, but it is my first one.
Okay. So you've how many manuscripts did you write after that?
I've written one full one, and I have my fingers trying to write like 6 others, because that's what I do. I write way too many things.
Some people it works that way. Ray Bradbury did that. He would write on one thing and then another thing in the same day. I can't multitask that way.
I sort of multitask by changing what music I'm listening to. So I have like certain songs I'll listen to for one manuscript and then shift it to another set for a different one, which means that if I'm at work and listening to music, I get very easily distracted. So I'm trying to write about hurricanes, and all of a sudden I'm thinking about monster tearing apart the monster. Don't worry, it's never a published manuscript, science-wise.
And what's the give us an elevator pitch about your book.
You want me to just read my pitch?
Sure, yeah, that'd be awesome.
I probably should have it memorized by now, but I don't. Let me bring that up. I've actually never read it out loud, so this is going to be weird. Alright, so technically it's a dual POV novel, but we decided to put the pitch in terms of just one of the characters' points of view because the excerpt is in his point of view. So, I guess I'll just read this. This is going to sound kind of wooden, I'm sure. Detective Ian Rinaldi gets all the weird cases. Weary of investigating supernatural murders alone, he unwittingly partners with Blake Winters, a lesbian half-monster posing as a human folklore expert. When Blake blows her cover, saving his life, she also blows their alliance, but in the battle against Blake's otherworldly kin, Ian must defeat a monster by trusting one.
All right.
That's all on my mentor. Like, it came out of my query letter, but she's the one who made that up.
Isn't it weird when you say it out loud? How many words is it?
It's 58.
58 words?
It's a long one.
Still, though, I mean, that's 58 words, and that, it's quick.
Yeah. And it actually meant we were okay with a longer pitch because it made the excerpt end on one of my favorite lines from the first chapter, so...
Yeah.
Talking about a monster that could call 911?
Yeah. I'm going to try to turn on the Q&A. For whatever reason, it was not letting me do that for whatever reason. This feature is disabled. Well, how do I get it enabled? Oh boy. Add apps? Compose music together. No. A story before bed.
Grigsby, are you seeing the people's email addresses in the Facebook?
Yes. The last
Did we get somebody new?
Yeah, can you guys see me or hear
I
me?
think we just
We
got Ann
can't see
Lipton.
you, but we can hear you.
I can hear somebody.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
It works through the email. The email
I
is.
heard you. She
Ah.
yes, she did. All right, let's try again.
The email was the key thing. It's the invite through the email. That's what I didn't.
Was anybody else hearing delay?
I heard some weird echo, but it went away.
I heard some sexy dude, and then I realized it was me.
But
Yeah, I'm inviting people as I go along. Somebody has if you have headphones.
hey, Brooks, is that right?
Yeah, it'll echo if you don't have headphones.
Holy cow! Yeah, somebody's watching the live event. It's not so live, apparently. All right, I'm getting more emails. Monica.
John, yes. Can you
Are you guys hearing this?
give me people's email addresses if they're willing to tell you, and then as you read them to me, I'll type them in my invites here.
Are you guys hearing that?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
ask. Want me to ask him?
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
That's freaky.
Yeah. What
Okay.
is that?
Yeah,
Somebody's
exactly.
watching. Somebody's watching the event.
So we don't have any dead air. Len, tell us a little bit more about your.
All right. Who? I think Ann. Ann.
You're watching the chat in the
Yeah.
chat.
Ann, close that out. Whatever that is. That's that's all of our embarrassing moments all over again. This is like what hell is.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna hear myself talk. Please stop it.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey.
Just joined.
Hey, welcome.
Right, we're getting this party started finally.
Yeah, it only took an hour.
Yeah. But hey, we started early. Rebecca.
That's true.
All right, so we're gonna have an 8:45 start time. Let's rewind a little
Hey,
bit.
you know, whatever. It's all good. I just didn't want to hear my. This is like what hell is. Now we're hearing Lynn talk about hearing herself talk.
Oh, great.
This is Schrodinger's Hangout.
Great.
Is it finally working now?
All right, peoples. If for some reason you're watching the live event, close that window or put on some headphones because we can hear you, or we can hear your what you're watching. I just didn't want to hear my. Man, I did not know I had such a sultry voice. I actually used to work in radio. Hangout. Times 2, apparently.
Yeah, if you're in the video chat, but you have the video itself playing in a different tab, you should pause
Close
it.
that window or put on some headphones because we can hear you, or we can hear your what you're watching.
We're hearing ourselves talking.
I'm
about
hearing
what we were just talking about.
somebody's got a tab open that's.
Yeah, check your tabs. Check your tabs. Everybody in here. If it's me, I'll kick my own ass, but I don't think it is.
I only have one tab open now, so.
Okay, it ain't Ann. It's one of you other guys or ladies too, apparently.
Not me.
All right.
I'm closing to everything.
Hey, there's a cat too. All right.
Hey, I had a cat too, but you said Schrodinger and he ran away.
We still got one. It's fine.
That's a good one. All right. Well, I'm glad this is actually like turning out to be not such a shitty hangout. Somebody still has their tab open.
I have mine closed.
I'm gonna close the.
I think it might be Delia.
All right. Delia. I know. Hey, you know what? That's why they gave me the controls. Let's mute everybody one by one and see. That's a good one. All right. Well, I'm glad this is actually like turning out to be not such a shitty hangout. Yeah, I spoke too soon. I'm gonna close.
Oh my gosh.
All right. It's not Delia. All right. I'm gonna give Dallas, Sean, and Lynn the benefit of the doubt.
Hi, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
You made it!
I made it!
You made it.
Yes.
All right. Real quick, everybody, just do a double check that you do not have a tab open where you're watching the events leading up to this moment. In other words, the not so live event. Only because we were hearing it through somebody's speakers.
Probably
Or
somebody
if
who
you have
wrote a time
headphones.
travel novel.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
then
got-
I just opened. There's the group chat thing is cool up at the top.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have that open before, so that's nice so people can leave messages.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
The little blue thing in the top
We
left hand
can't
corner.
see you, Kat. At least
Can
I
you see me? Can you see me?
Where are you? I can't even keep track of who's on here anymore.
I'm over on the side. Did that
Oh, there
work?
we go. Okay, I can see you now. Hello.
Hey, there's Kat.
Hi, guys.
Kat,
I can't.
based
All right,
on...
now, how do I make me not? Yeah, good. Okay.
I was going to say, based on the Facebook comments you've said, you seem like you know more about this than I do. So
Social
but-
media is like part of my
Hey.
job, so I like do all these things all the time.
I should have just asked you to do this from the get-go because I've really screwed the pooch for the first 36 minutes
You're
at
doing
least.
a great job. You're doing a great
Thank you.
job.
All right. Well, now that we have a lot of people here, I will check to see if anybody's added their emails. However, how many people do we have on video? 1, 2, 3-ish, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we have 10, except Mike.
I'm seeing 10
We're
on
close
mine.
to it. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you'll have to just swap out with people who have to go and pass out or something, depending on what they're drinking. Crown Royal Black, that'll mess you up, Lynn. You have to work in the morning. All right, so let's start from the top. We kind of did a preliminary thing of this, but to give others who have joined an opportunity to talk about their Pitch Wars manuscript and their experience, let's go from right to left. So, Monica.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Cheers. All right, what do you want to know?
All right. First of all, what are you drinking
Everything.
this
No.
evening?
Yeah.
Some kind of a chocolate wine. Not entirely sure what the brand is. I don't care. I just read the label.
How is it?
Tastes good. It's awesome. It's fantastic.
All right. And what is your Pitch Wars manuscript? If you want to pull up the title pitch,
Sure.
that's up to you.
All right, hold on. All right, so my title is The Atlantic Bond. It's YA sci-fi. And my pitch. All right, here it is. With the human race near extinction, 7-year-old Evie enlists as the lone female jockey, escaping a genetically arranged marriage. Neutrally bonded with her pilot, Android 1408, she discovers an infectious personality within the machine, a forbidden sentient glitch. She'll fight to protect him from destruction, even if it means losing her freedom and her heart. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yes.
And that's YA?
That's
And that's YA?
yes. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. And why did you join Pitch Wars? What got you to...
Well, actually,
Take the point.
I actually knew about Pitch Wars last year, but I didn't have a decent manuscript to actually submit to it. So I spent the entire year, came up with this concept, and basically, crazily, busted out this entire manuscript in a year just so I'd be ready for Pitch Wars. But honestly, I really only joined just to actually get, critique partners, join this awesome writing community, and I actually got picked, so that was seriously a cherry on top of the wonderful, beautiful cake. So
awesome.
So excited to be here.
Good deal. I'm going back and making sure I got everybody's email to send them an invite. That sounds awesome. And next, Lynn, I know you already did. You don't have to say it again if you don't want to. So let's skip over.
I can do a quick summary, partially because I have to say that my female main character has a thing for maple bacon, and my husband found these.
Oh, wow.
So when I was doing some final revisions yesterday, I was eating those because I thought it was rather appropriate. They don't taste as bad as I expected.
So is that an MG or an MB for maple bacon? All right, moving on. Lindsay.
I'm up.
Yep. Tell us about yourself, your pitch, your book, whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about my book. I've also got an YA novel. It is about a gunslinger who goes to a lawless city where she joins the theater as a performing sharpshooter. Shenanigans ensue. There's some murder, there's some seduction, there's gunfights. It's all very, very Western.
Sweet.
And it is called A Sharpshooter.
Good deal. Have you read... There's some Westerns out there. My mentor is actually working on a Western right now.
There's a bunch of them recently. There's Vengeance Road, there's Walk the Stranger, there's Under a Painted Sky. Kind of hoping the Western thing is coming back into fashion, to be honest.
I think so, and a lot of Weird West, where they, cross genres into fantasy and science fiction and horror and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, mine actually takes place in the near future, so it's got a speculative twist to it. It's not a straight Western.
Hells yeah. Space Western.
Awesome.
Sci-fi Western. Kat seems to be muted for some reason.
Hi, I unmuted. There you go.
Okay. Tell us about yourself, your book, and.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kat. So my book, you guys have heard a lot about it. It's the one in the future where museums have taken over the world after the internet's crashed, and the main character has synesthesia and can touch objects or people and read their memories. And she's trying to research her dad's murder and finds instead a trail of riddles that would lead to the Internet Archive. And she has to solve these riddles using her power without the Museum Federation finding out. And I've been working on it for 7 years. I really am tired of this book so much, but I love it so much. I think it's really 2 books. I've written the first one. I have like 30,000 on the second one. I know like the ending of the second one, like the ending of the series, but don't really know what happens in the middle of the second one. If anyone ever wants to read the first one and maybe help me talk out what will happen in the second one, that would be great.
7 years?
7 years. I started it in August 2008. I did my master's degree in museum studies. I have synesthesia. I did my internship at the Natural History Museum in London, so that's sort of where this whole thing came from. I couldn't get a job in museums, so it started out in the initial version. It was all about her like getting a job at the museum being like the best thing ever. But now I'm glad that I did not have a job at the museum. So we took that whole part out.
I remember your pitch and your excerpt. That was badass. I mean, everybody's was, but since we're talking to you right now, I have to single you out. Moving on. Heidi, are you there?
I think so.
There we go. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, why you entered Pitch Wars, and a little bit about your book.
My name is Heidi, and I entered Pitch Wars. Oops, I'm losing my microphone here. I entered Pitch Wars mostly because I was hoping to join this community of writers. Yeah, I'm trying to speak. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, fabulous. Yeah, I entered Pitch. I entered Pitch Wars. I entered Pitch Wars because I was interested in meeting other writers and getting some help with my manuscripts. I've had 3 manuscripts that have been picked up by small presses and then dropped sometime during the editorial phase for one reason or another, and I just keep getting almost there and not quite. So this was my hopeful chance to learn what was going wrong with my manuscripts.
And what is your manuscript about?
It's a middle grade contemporary. It's about an 11-year-old girl whose father is just had a baby with his new wife and is ignoring her completely. And so she believes that she needs magic to become a witch in order to cast a spell to get him back into her life. So her best friend doesn't go along with her, doesn't want to do it. She's kind of alienated, and she gets this great plan to fake a witch's diary, and she hides it in the woods for her friends to find. And instead, an outcast finds it who's got a really dangerous secret, and it goes on from there.
Awesome. Hey, Lynn, if you want to go over your spiel again, you could totally do it.
No.
This is. I have only the illusion of order in here. I'm already kind of getting buzzed. So if you want to do it again, hey, rock and roll. Is everybody cool with that? Say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I didn't hear Lynn before.
Yes, please.
Lynn, rock it.
Let's see if I can make it shorter then. So I wrote an adult urban fantasy about a lesbian half-vampire, half-human who has to earn the trust of a detective who thinks the only good monster is a dead one. And she has a sort of tricky relationship with her past that comes back to haunt her and is tied up with the case that he never solved, and it gets really complicated and really sticky because of the whole trust issue thing, and, well, plus I have a lot of fun, and I get to put my male main character in a frilly apron, which I think is hilarious. But I don't want to take up too much time, in part because I did get to do one of those interviews that May orchestrated, so you'll get to read a whole lot more about my stuff tomorrow, actually.
Cool deal.
But I did want to say, because eventually I'll probably step out in case someone else wants to come in, but I still can't really believe I'm here, like, with all of you guys, and so I just want to say you all are awesome, and you seriously are writing the coolest stories ever, and I've read through about a third of the pitches that have been posted so far, and I can't wait to read the rest later when I'm less about the fact that mine's been posted on the internet for everyone to see.
All right. My arch nemesis, my doppelganger. My brother from another mother who's just a little bit more southern. Sean Easley.
I just have to say, this is really funny. Sean and I, we're both named Sean, by the way. We met at DFW Writers Conference 2 years ago, and just on a whim, Grigsby over here had us take a picture together. So when it was announced who all won the first round, he posted a picture on Twitter of the two of us, and it was like, yeah, rocks.
It was awesome. I did a lot of random photos. I probably creeped a lot of people out that weekend. I was an extrovert in a sea of introverts. So tell us about your book, The Outs, and take it away.
Yeah, The Outs is a young adult speculative thriller. So it's kind of a yeah. Hopefully, you guys know what a speculative thriller is. Anyway, the concept is this is a world where for the past year people have been losing memories from every day, hours of memory every day, all over the world. And one of my characters wakes up from one of these periods of memory loss, and he's in the middle of kidnapping a little girl. And he doesn't know why. But he has to save this. He has to kidnap this girl to save her, and then he has to have a friend of his who has aphasia, severe speech disorder, and the two of them have to save this girl who just so happens to be able to bend reality. And things get weird, and they just keep getting weirder, and that's the story.
Awesome.
That sounds amazing, record. Like, when I read your pitch and excerpt, I'm like, you know, what we've all been doing, the grabby hands thing. So, yes, please, I would like to read that.
I'm not gonna lie, it creeped me out writing it sometimes. It's a little strange. I kind of wonder where these things come from.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
All right.
So what was the other question?
What's your sign, and do you like long walks on the beach?
Oh, my sign is Cancer, and yes, I love long walks on the beach. I think you were asking, actually, what made us choose to do Pitch Wars.
Yes. Yeah, okay, that's the one. I'm sorry. Different show.
Actually, I was going to try to participate last year with a different manuscript, and then I had a friend who used to be an editor at a small press convince me not to. And she didn't have really good reasons, but she convinced me nonetheless. And then so that manuscript I queried, and it didn't really end up getting picked up. And then this year I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I want to meet these people. I want to have the opportunity to have somebody else speaking into my writing and helping me understand what this process looks like better. And I didn't just get one person, which, by the way, my mentor, Jessica Sodders, is awesome, and everybody should go and buy her books. But yeah, just being able to be a part of the community. This community has been so encouraging and so awesome this whole time. All of you have been fantastic. It's really, really great to have gotten to know you over the past couple of months.
And I'm sure, you know, like a graduating class and all that, we'll all keep in touch and hopefully CP each other's stuff, because Lord knows I need them. Good ones.
Yeah.
Moving on to Delia, you're muted. Now, I don't know if I did that or if you did that, but if you're there and you can... No, I didn't mute you. If you're there and you want to talk, you have 3 seconds. All right. Ashley, are you there?
I am here. Hold on. I'm all sorts of discombobulated here. Ha! There I am. Hi guys, can you hear me?
Rock and roll. I thought you had video, and then I looked, and there was just your picture.
Yeah, my pitch went up, and so I was like all freaking out. And I was at a tab, and I didn't know if it would still leave the video up if I tabbed over, and so I was like, yeah, I don't know how these things work, so.
Good deal. Okay, Ashley.
Yes.
Tell us about your manuscript.
Okay, so mine's a middle grade, and it's called Follow Me, and it's about a girl whose mother has gone missing, and she goes into the woods to try and find her mother, and she discovers that there's all sorts of secrets in her family tree that no one has told her about, and they're connected to this place called Wonderland, and she has to go there to rescue her mother. So.
Is this a take on Alice?
My main character is Alice's daughter.
Ah.
So. And
rock and roll.
Her last name is Hart, so you can kind of maybe take a guess at who her father is.
King of Hearts. Bake some tarts.
Yeah. I do
All
a
right.
twist on the traditional story. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What made you want to join Pitch Wars, and is this your first time?
No, I submitted last year, and I didn't get chosen, but I got some really good feedback. I had submitted to Michelle Hawk and Joy McCullough, and they both gave me really awesome feedback, and so it was one of those things where I knew that whether I got picked or not, it was going to give me really awesome feedback, and so I figured it was worth a shot.
Rock and roll. So you got in.
Yeah. I'm still kind of pinching myself for that.
I think Lynn said the same thing. She can't believe she's here. I think all of us could probably
pretty much
agree with that sentiment. Anne, you are up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to give you guys the elevator pitch for mine. So Colt Ryder is a Stephanie Plum with a Stetson who must partner with an all-too-charming Dublin archivist on a hunt for the Irish Crown Jewels.
Ooh.
The Irish Crown Jewels.
The Irish Crown Jewels. So, yeah, this really happened. I actually lived in Ireland for a couple of years, and in 1907, the Irish Crown Jewels were stolen from Dublin Castle. The crime was never solved, and they were never recovered. So there could really still be the Irish Crown Jewels out there.
Nice.
And I guess I should say it's an adult mystery, and it's called The Emerald Eye, which is a play both on the jewels and on, of course, the Emerald Isle.
Nice.
And also sort of like the private eye, like the Emerald Eye. So, you know, my main character has green eyes. So there you go.
Awesome.
I must read this.
I don't know if you guys are noticing, but Kat is participating on video, but also like just going nuts over there on the chat. I don't know how she's doing. I'm barely being able to drink my booze and talk to you guys at the same time, but I'm better vocally. Oh, okay. So, Anne, what caused you to want to participate in Pitch Wars, and is this your first time?
No, it's not my first time. So I actually participated last year. And I think Monica and I kind of bonded over Pitch Wars last year. So, you know, and met a lot of other people too. So it was just like the writing community is great. And my mentor, Max, actually was very interested in me submitting my manuscript again this year. So he encouraged me to do that. Because I was actually going to enter a different manuscript, but it's all worked out very well. So I'm very, very happy. And I see somebody's drinking Crown Royal Black, so I just want to say, hey, that goes very nicely with my Crown Jewels theme. I really that's very nice. Was that you then? I appreciate thematic parties. So
happy to help.
I approve.
Rock and roll. So I guess it's my turn. My book is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, which is based off the AC/DC title of their song. It's about a guy in Memphis who runs a revenge for hire business, and he does that with good conscience because he also works for the devil, playing his guitar and stealing souls until the day that he loses. And then he has to use all his talents in revenge to make sure the devil doesn't get his hands on his soul. So this is my third year attempting Pitch Wars, and I finally got in. And my
great pitch.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great pitch.
I appreciate it. Y'all, you compliments ran me off my train of thought. No, this is my third year. I wasn't on Twitter before this, and I did Pitch Wars. My son was born in April of 2013, and I started writing this book about werewolf pickup artists or some shit, and then I found out about Pitch Wars, and I was like, oh hell yeah! So now I have to join Twitter, and I thought Twitter was only for people who live in Starbucks and grew up full beards and wore Uggs and shit like that. But apparently the writing community is fantastic. And I've told this to a writing group I'm a part of, and they're like, what? Well, Twitter, computers. They're a little bit older. But
sounds like my writing group.
yeah. So I joined, and man, yeah, I didn't even tell anybody I was going to do Pitch Wars this year. And a lot of people, when they saw that I got in, they're like, holy shit, I remember you from like 2 years back. So it was awesome. So let's. Does anybody have anything they wanted to add? Like they popped in their head and they're like, oh shit, I need to say something about that. Because otherwise I could throw out a bunch of booze-infused questions at you. All writing related.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Okay, so who
play guitar?
Hell yeah.
Do you play guitar?
Yes, I do.
Who?
I'm a better singer than I am a guitar player, though.
Could you give us a little taste?
Yeah.
A taste of singing.
Yes, please.
I have to go get my guitar and probably wake up my kid and wife to do it. I would.
Wow.
I can do.
No, don't
I could
wake
do
up
some.
the toddler.
Okay, just give us a little song. Give us a little song. Sing. We'll do it.
Oh hell! I could do a little Al Green, or I can do a little Ronnie James Dio. What do you guys want?
Your choice.
Yeah.
Any requests? Oh hell! Oh hell!
Mind.
We're not picky.
Okay. Sing me a song, you're a singer. Do me no wrong, you're a bringer of evil. The devil is never a taker. But that you give, you're a maker. There we go.
Nice.
That's exactly what I'm going to think of every time I see your book.
Okay. I actually used to front a Tenacious D cover band in high school. It wasn't.
Oh man, I can see that.
Huh?
Awesome.
I'm actually gonna. I have Jack Black's agent information. I'm gonna try to get him to blurb Dirty Deeds. So.
Yes. Yes.
Tell Jack Black to do
Yes,
it.
I love
It'd be
Jack
awesome.
Black.
Yeah. Jack Black himself should totally do it.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
So. I might go get my guitar. I'm having enough alcohol in me. Who here has yet to query any agent whatsoever with this particular manuscript anyway?
Crickets.
I have one.
You've only queried one, Monica?
One. And that was back in May, I think. And since May, I've done a lot of changes, so it's almost like not doing any, so.
I've queried a previous project, and so one of those agents saw this one but way before it was actually any good. But I haven't queried my pitch wars specifically.
Anybody else? What the hell was that? It was like somebody said, I had this problem of when I finished a manuscript, I got all excited. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this. And I sent it out, and then realized that I should have probably revised it a little bit more. So I had a lot of hard falls when I first started querying and learning. But I learned a lot. And with this manuscript, I've queried a bunch of people. Actually, a few agents are waiting. They had the full manuscript of the older version, and I said, hey, can you wait for this newer, better version? And they're like, yeah, sure. They didn't care about waiting. Apparently, the publishing timeline is 10 times the normal timeline. They're like, oh, you can see me that 2 years from now? Okay, yeah, cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think most of us send our manuscripts in before they are ready. That's the hardest thing to know.
I definitely did that. It was bad. It was ugly. Ugh. My querying history makes me cry.
Oh no.
The book is so much better now, but yeah. Oops.
So, do you guys think, question on querying? So, I sent this manuscript before in June, and I had out of 8 people, 8 queries. So that's not that many, but it's not great. And I got a full request, and then she read the whole thing, and then she's like, I like it, but I don't love it, and I don't know why, and I can't help you. And she's one of the Pitch Wars agents. Do you think she might ask for it again? What do you guys think about that?
Yes.
Totally happens.
She might. She might, knowing that you put that much effort into it, getting it ready.
Yeah.
And seeing that there may be other agents who are like, oh, fuck yeah, let's pick this up. Museums! Hey, some people are like, Hey, I don't want an agent to latch on just because it's the hot thing. No, that's proof that something's changed. You know, you've upped your game or whatever. I have an agent in Pinch Wars that has my previous manuscript. It's a grimdark pirate fantasy, and I have an agent like I said who had the full manuscript who's in Pinch Wars and said, "Yeah, okay, I'll wait for the full thing." So yeah, you'll totally. It's like when you go to prom with someone hotter when they like said, "Hey, I can't go with you after all," you know, and then you show up and they're like, "Oh, fuck," you know. That's my opinion.
I think that's just from Harry Potter, man. I think that's like just the Yule Ball. You're totally quoting Harry Potter 4 right now.
I'm just now reading it.
Sorry.
Hey, 1999 called.
I think we're over spoilers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. The internet has pretty much spoiled a few things for me already. So.
I mean, I could have said no. I'm kidding.
Okay, here's a good question. How is your manuscript diverse? I know a lot of you have seen the hashtag We Need Diverse Books and the call, really, for books to be more diverse instead of just, you know, the same old that's out there. So how is your book different? Let's start from the top. Monica.
Let's see. Well, actually, really, the diversity in my book is really the characters. My main character, she's biracial, so her mother's white and her father's black. And I'm losing one of my earbuds here. And the android is actually, he's not Caucasian. I leave it kind of open for the reader, but he has tan skin, so I don't know. You can think of whatever ethnicity you want. But yeah, it's just mainly my characters.
All right, Lynn.
Well, my main character is a lesbian, and most of, well, it's kind of spoilery, but let's just say there are a number of queer people in it. Really, the main straight guy is the detective. So I write about queer people. That's kind of my thing. Racially, cool. It's I didn't want to artificially inject anything, and I didn't have any beta readers who weren't white, so I didn't want to just throw in token characters because that's wrong to me. So future books are doing more with other ethnicities, and I'm trying to find people who are CPs and beta readers interested in that. But this specific manuscript, I'm like, I know the sexuality thing, so I'm going to stick with what I know. And it makes for a lot of really funny conversations when you have a lesbian and a straight guy hanging out.
I had a lot of lesbian friends. Lindsay.
All right. I have a lot of characters in my book. I will own up to that right off the bat. I probably have way more than I should, but they're a pretty diverse group. I'll cop to my MC being Caucasian, but I've got a African American character, I've got an Indian character, a Singaporean character, Latino character, and as to sexualities, a good portion of my book takes place in a brothel, so there's a little bit of everything.
That's the one! That's the brothel one! Hell yeah!
So let's just say there's a mix of a little bit of everything in the book for various reasons.
A mixed bag.
There's a mixed bag.
That's awesome. All right, Kat, unmute yourself. Okay. She freaked out like, what, me? Oh!
So I'm going to show you guys, because I love this picture. This is my sexy love interest guy.
Ooh.
Check out this hottie. I don't know who he is,
nice.
But you know he's a hottie, right? Do you see him?
Uh-huh.
That guy's sexy.
Yes.
So that's the love interest. My main character's best friend, who has a major role, everyone's English in the book, P.S., and just English because in the book England is separated from Scotland and Wales and Ireland and all that. It's like a tiny little separation. No more UK. Which, if you've all read Emmy Mears' book, she's a mentor. Whose mentor is she?
Ooh.
Strike.
Ooh, yeah,
Have you read it yet?
I want
It's
to read
awesome, by the way. But it's just talking about independence referendum and also with a superhero. It's really, really good. So you should read it if you haven't. But anyway, that's another cool book that deals with England being separate. But anyway, sorry, everyone's English, so there's not any diversity as far as what their nationality is, but there's a lot of racial diversity and sexual preference diversity throughout the book.
Rock and roll. By the way, is it Delia? Have we decided? Is it Delia or Delia? Okay. Well, I actually like your face down there because it's like the hall monitor in high school. It keeps everybody in check and not getting too out of hand. So don't worry about having your face down there. It's totally cool. All right. Heidi, is your what ways does your book add diversity to literature?
The main diversity in my book is economic diversity. My main character is Caucasian female. She's only 11. She doesn't really understand her sexuality yet. That's one of her issues. She's very immature. Her best friend is also Caucasian. But the economic diversity of the third girl who becomes important to her is very stark. After those three main characters, I've got a lot of racial diversity and some nationality diversity, but not the sexual diversity. Like I said, they're 11-year-olds. We're not really getting into that too much. But I didn't feel like, I kind of like Lynn, I didn't feel like, I originally wrote one of the main characters was black, and it felt good to me, but I did have a CP that just wasn't sure that the character felt right. So I ended up changing that character. She's now white, just because that's what I know how to write. But I'm working on that. I'm hoping to make changes later on to other manuscripts and have more diversity.
Okay. Hold on, I'm on Facebook. 1 second. Okay, moving on. Sean.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
You know what it was? It was the bottoming out of some Tullamore Dew.
Wow. Oh gosh.
So
don't judge me. I'm Irish.
So I've got some racial diversity, in mind, but it's the big diversity I think in mine is I have a main character who's disabled. She has a very severe speech disorder called aphasia that is it basically prevents her from being able to fully understand or fully speak to people, which made for some really interesting complications with dialogue. But it actually, for her, in this world, it's kind of a little bit of a superpower, because I told you guys in my manuscript the world has this period of time that everybody loses their memories, but because of her brain disorder, she actually gets to remember what everybody else can't. The only problem is she can't share it with anybody. So it was fun trying to make somebody's disability into her strength, and I think it's really good for people to be able to see things like that.
Rock and roll. I'm sorry. I know it kept cutting back to me. I'm trying to light this fucking lighter to light my incense.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Come on. Yeah! Check that shit out.
Technical difficulties aside, I think you were the right choice for moderating this discussion because you are hilarious.
Well, thank you. I actually used to do stand-up comedy, and you can find it on YouTube.
Really?
Yep. Type in I'll put it in the comments. Sean Grigsby, Looney Ben. I was 19 and a shitload bigger than I am now today, but I was probably funnier. There you go. Just YouTube it. Okay. So yeah, I haven't personally read any books where the character has aphasia. I wrote a character recently who was mute, but I know that's a completely different thing, is it not?
Yeah, it's completely different because she doesn't. It's receptive and expressive, so she can't really. There's just all communication has this block between it, so
she just can't get it out. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Delia, we'll just acknowledge your presence and act accordingly. Moving on to Ashley.
Mine, unless you count like talking animals and the Mad Hatter and such, doesn't have much in the way of diversity, with it being a play off of sort of continuation of sorts of Alice in Wonderland. The characters are mostly Caucasian and British. So, but it's something that I'm including in my work in progress that I'm currently attempting to finish.
Good deal. And Anne?
A character appears on the first page. He's not the main character. My main character is a woman, and she's, a kick-ass woman, so I think that's somewhat diverse. She's trying to make it as a security specialist in a man's world. But her brother this is a bit of a spoiler, so, but you find out within a few pages of the book. But her brother was actually wounded when he was serving in Afghanistan, and he is paralyzed and is in a wheelchair. So he's not the main character, but he's a very important and a secondary character who appears throughout the book. So because the story takes place in Ireland, there's not a ton of racial diversity, which reflects the case in Ireland. There are some people of different nationalities. There's not a lot of racial diversity. But one thing that's very interesting is the conflict between the British and Irish, which has gone on for over 800 years. And in fact, when I had a critique partner here in British Columbia read my book, read some chapters, she wrote all over it how the Queen of England would never go to Ireland and blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, she did go to Ireland in 2011. In fact, I saw her motorcade drive past where I lived in Dublin. But that's the kind of enmity between the British and the Irish. So I was really trying to, show some of the cultural interactions in my book, too. So there are British and Irish, and sometimes they work together, and sometimes they work against each other. And there's also a character who's in the IRA, and a few characters, and sometimes they work in the more traditional ways that they might in the Irish Republican Army, and sometimes they play against type. So I tried to bring out diversity in those ways.
Facebook went off. All right. My wife was asking me, how much longer are you going to be? You're way too loud. I was like, you can't sing Dio in a whisper.
The feed here, because I'm just reading the feed that agents are making requests right now.
Oh, God, already?
See ya, bye!
Seriously?
Yeah.
What agent tweeted out already?
Just kidding. Hey, whatever, cool. That's awesome. I'll go look in a minute. I'm having too much fun with y'all.
Yeah,
Is
I
there any
know.
way to add more than just the 10 of us on here? Because there's some people over on the Facebook page that are asking.
I've been looking at the emails. I've been sending invites, so they should be receiving them to their emails.
Can they get in on the chat even if they're not in the video?
They should be able to get in the chat.
Okay, I'll let them
They
know.
should be able to.
Some of us could click
Holy
out
shit.
if we feel like it and let a few others on.
Yeah, I'm happy.
If you want to, that's fine.
I can click out.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
I
Lynn,
probably talked enough.
Yeah, I can jump out too.
all right.
Let
Well,
some
hey,
other people on.
it was good having you guys.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
But my diversity, real quick.
Okay.
My MC is a black guy. He has 2 gay dads, interracial couple.
Yeah, I saw that.
He has a maybe not love interest who is a Hispanic prostitute, and God is an Asian, and the devil, who knows.
Sorry.
Because look, what I was thinking is like, okay, I grew up in Memphis, all right? All my friends were black. The city is like 70% black. I would be an ignorant asshole if I made the MC white. Yeah, I'm from Memphis. You know, it'd be stupid. Plus, you know, I've gotten the diversity bug, so to speak, because it's so much. It's more interesting to me to write people different from myself. The book I just finished was called Daughters of Forgotten Light. It's all female cast. They run a motorcycle girl gang out in space in a prison city where they're sent.
I have to read this.
You just keeps getting better. I mean, serious, dude. What else do you have in your arsenal?
My well runs deep. But the MC is her name is Lena Horror, which is a nickname for Horowitz, and she's Jewish. There's an Asian girl. There's a girl with Down syndrome. There's a girl who's mute. The second MC is Asian. The other MC is a black female senator, and the mute's also Muslim. So I just threw the diversity bomb at that one because that's the world we live in. Anybody who makes a white utopia is, you know, I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but it's fun. So it's kind of a mix between Tron meets Sons of Anarchy meets Escape from New York meets all the Grindhouse films from the 70s and 80s, so it's pretty badass.
That's a simple premise, then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
So anyway, Monica, Lynn, you've been awesome. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you volunteering to let somebody else jump in.
Not a problem. Jumping
Thanks
out.
for having us.
I will say goodnight to you guys. It's getting late here. Tomorrow morning, may the odds be ever in your favor.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay.
All
I
right,
have children to put to bed, so I'll sign off for now too.
I would sign off if I knew how.
I think it's the little leaf call button at the top.
Phone
but-
button at the top.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye,
There's a
guys.
little button at the top, huh?
I'm going to pop out too. Thanks, you guys. All the pitches are wonderful.
Thank you, Ann.
Take
too,
care.
Ann.
Thank you for arranging this, Sean. It was wonderful.
Hey, not a problem. I'm glad to do it. Hopefully I didn't slur too much.
You did great, and I love the music. It's nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Megan's here.
Hi.
Hey, Megan, I tried really hard to get you in on the first round.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Well, since you're here,
So does my name on there say? Sorry, I'm gonna be annoying for a second. Does it say Megan or did I log in under May?
it says Megan.
Oh well, hi. I'm also May in the Pitch Wars group.
And we also have Rebecca.
Hi.
Rock and roll. I'm glad you guys. Is there anybody else? There's a few more spots open if you feel like. Hey, there is Kyle. I've been wanting to talk to this guy because anybody who's that ballsy with his first line deserves to be on this hangout. Kyle, welcome to the hangout.
Hey guys.
It says Megan. And one of you, I think, has the live feed up. So if you don't mind clicking that off, we'll have Rebecca. It might be Kyle or Rebecca because May's on her headphones.
I have headphones.
Okay, there is Kyle. Oh, and they're invisible. Okay, Kyle, I think you have your the live feed up. Was that ballsy with his first line? Deserves. We good? Okay. So, all right, guys. Thank you for joining the hangout. I'm glad you guys could jump in. So let's start with Rebecca. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, or at least your book, your manuscript for Pitch Wars, and what made you want to join?
Yeah, sure. If you can hear me all right. Can you?
Yeah, absolutely. Loud and
Beautiful.
clear.
Sorry, don't mind my computer if it slides away. It's sort of on top of an ice pack to stop it from shutting down because it gets too hot. Because it's awesome inside. So mine is The Nameless Queen. And, I mean, aside from the pitch and everything, I joined Pitch Wars. I heard about it probably 3 days before it went up. And I found it through some stroke of luck on Twitter. And I'm notoriously have a bad history of revision, like back through college, like do the bare minimum to fix it up and send it along. But I've written like 4 or 5 books before now. And I knew that it was a weak spot. So I figured if I could get into Pitch Wars, it would first of all, have me as a part of this hugely wonderful community, and secondly, really help me dive into revisions the way that people, the mentors can help us do, which they really did.
Absolutely. And what's your book about?
I'm going to have to try to recall the premise, even though I've obsessed over the pitch for, 20,000 years now. The premise of it is that the main character calls herself Coin because she chose her own name because the world she lives in is a city-state in which there are 3 classes of people. The royals, who are once related to a king or queen, the legals, who are legal citizens, and the nameless. And the nameless, if you're nameless, it means that you weren't given a name at birth, and you have been orphaned or abandoned, and therefore you have no legal place in society. And the problem with this is that the main character, Coin, wakes up at the beginning of the book and finds that she has the crown tattoo on her arm, which means that the king, before dying, named her Queen, which is impossible because she doesn't have a name. So that's sort of the mystery that fuels it, I think.
The plot thickens. All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
And speaking, of community, you totally did the statistics for all the different characteristics of everybody's manuscript, their MCs, and everything. How much work did that entail for you?
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, it depends on how much you define work as, like, literally while I'm at work versus, like, at home. I would say it was a solid half day of a slow day at the office, and then the rest of the day at home for the graphics. I mean, actually getting the data to align properly for the graphs to work was a bit of a chore, but Google Sheets actually can make the histograms for you without you having to, like, specify what the bucket list. Nope, I'm not going to dive into math because we've already been there, but it was made easy by Google Sheets and the application I have at work. So, and it was a real treat too to be able to have that survey up and really get to know everyone's projects and their stories. It was fantastic.
Oh, he woke up the baby. Oh, he's even out.
He's a lullaby. Is it my heart just breaking?
It's so cute. Our Pitch Wars Mentee group is destroying the sleep of children. God, we're evil. How do you all feel about yourself now?
Kids to grandma.
While he's away, I was going to say, for anyone who's listening, I only see 7 people in here, and I know there's room for 10, so if you got that email invite, I'm pretty sure there's still room for 2 or 3 more people.
Yeah, jump on board.
There's space.
In the meantime, do we want to go ahead and move along and let May give her pitch?
Oh gosh, yeah. So yeah, I feel like you all know my secret agent name now. It's really Megan, as apparently Google is giving me away. But in the Pitch Wars, it's horrible, but in the Pitch Wars group, you all know me as May. My book is Killing
Can't lie to
June.
Google.
What?
You can't lie to Google.
damn it, no, but you can, because I have 2 profiles, but for some reason when I open the email, it spit out into this one. It's just trying to sabotage me. It's fine. I'll just put you on the hit list later. So, Killing June is my manuscript. This is, I entered Pitch Wars. Oh, that's so cute. Hi. I entered Pitch Wars last year with a different manuscript, a completely different manuscript, actually. I was writing more like epic fantasy then. It was worth a shot. It wasn't great, but I really appreciated the feedback I got. So right after writing that one and promptly scrapping it, I decided to write Killing June, and the timing just was perfect. I finished it, sent it off to my freelance editor. We went through a couple rounds with it, and I was ready to query it out, and I saw a post from Brenda that it was Pitch Wars time, and like the week before, so I was like, okay, well, I'll hold off for a week, and entered it, and I got in, and I was really, really effing shocked. It was like, wow, okay. I was really just hoping for some feedback before I queried it, so this is that much better. I don't remember if there was any other questions I was just answering.
I'm back. I woke my child up. Apparently, I was too loud. So, thank you.
We flourished without you.
Yeah, we did all right.
I figured you guys are running with it. I was over trying to check and see if anybody requested anything on my. For whatever reason, Brenda's site, you can't go past a certain point, or I may be just too drunk to figure it out right now.
We'll go with the latter.
But anyway, I think I'm going to leave you guys. I have to go do my fatherly duty and get the kid back to sleep, since I was the one who woke him up with my Ronnie James Dio impersonation. So, I'll leave it to you guys. You can choose. Who wants to be moderator next?
Sean 2.
Sean 2?
Sure.
B-Town, not Fort Worth. Don't you dare say he's from Fort Worth, by God. See? Hail to the non-now. Not Fort Worth. Anyway, hey, y'all, it was awesome getting to know you, getting to talk with you. I leave it with you, and hopefully if I get out of here, it won't completely kill the broadcast since I set it up. Because if I ended in there, it's like everybody's night's over. But anyway, peace out. Rock on. See you later.
Bye, Sean.
All right. Looks like we're still good.
Oh, yay, we're still
Woo!
Crisis averted.
Yeah.
Now that we got rid of that guy.
Now that we got rid of that guy.
Hey, that does open up another spot, though. Just FYI.
It does. If anybody hasn't joined yet that wants to join, I don't have the ability to send you any more invites. I think Grigsby already sent out all the invites. So just if you can join, if not, then we're sorry we missed you.
Yeah, I'm going to duck out too, so someone else can have my spot. I need to get my kids to bed.
All right, Heidi, have a good evening.
All right, thanks, guys. Have fun.
Bye.
Okay,
like a
so
fantastic game of musical chairs.
right. So Lee, is it Lee or Lay?
She's muted.
She's muted.
Oh yeah, it looks like I think she said she was having some technical difficulties.
All right. Well, then we'll move on to Kyle.
Oh.
Are you ready, Kyle?
I guess so. So I'm Kyle. I wrote Sparkle Prep. I sort of decided, I don't know if anybody read the blog hop that we did yesterday, but I sort of talked about it in there, but everything I was reading was like really depressing, and everything I was writing was kind of really depressing, and no one was ever happy. No one, it was always just drama and death and, angst and stuff like that. And I was like, I want to write something that makes me happy instead of just like sad when I'm writing it. And so that's sort of where Sparkle Prep came from. I was like, I just wanted to write something that was fun and light and full of fun drama versus, being bullied and, different stuff like that I was writing before. So that's sort of where that came from. And I get a lot of my ideas actually from titles will randomly pop into my head. So Sparkle Prep popped into my head. When I had a bunch of gay friends when we were in. Lindsay is one of my friends. She was just on here, and she's texting me right now to tell me to talk about dicks right now. So I'm gonna mention dicks just to make Lindsay happy. But when I was in high school, our term, like a lot of us weren't out. Our term for gay people was sparkly. So not that was very clever, but like that's what we was referred to each other as, and so that's where the title came from. So that's where Sparkle Prep came from. What else were we supposed to talk about? I don't even remember at this point.
That's totally what I did too.
But that's Sparkle Prep. So I came into Pitch Wars. I don't even remember how I heard about it. I think I started following Brenda because of Pit Mad, because I did a couple Pit Mads, and I was following her. I didn't even know what Pitch Wars was. And I think somebody else just mentioned too that they heard about it like a couple days like before it happened, and that was sort of the same thing that I did. And I just saw it and I was like, oh, let me try and do this. I had queried it a little bit, and I had gotten a full request, and I had unfortunately gotten a pass on the full. So and then everything else was sort of just like form rejection. So I was like, what's going on? So I just figured I could hey, use the extra eyes and ears and see what happens. So that's where I'm at. Pitch Wars was, and I think somebody else just mentioned too that they heard about it like a couple of days like before it happened, and that was sort of the same thing that I did. And I just saw it and I was like, oh, let me try and do this. I had.
Did we lose the other Sean also?
Gotten a full request.
Yeah, so someone is playing the playback.
Everything else was sort of just like form rejection. So I was like, what's going on?
So we could close the playback.
I just figured I could
Gates.
There we go.
Okay, cool. There we go. And we did lose the other Sean.
We are Seanless. Utterly so.
He doesn't like us. So I guess the other group talked about what made your books diverse. Do you guys want to go through and do that?
Sure, I'll jump in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mine doesn't have a lot of nationalities involved. It's a city-state, so it's all very closed doors. The diversity, I think someone else mentioned, also comes mostly in the terms of economics. And there's some sexuality diversity going on too, but the